Hi everyone, it's Lavinia and welcome. In today's video, I am going to be adding this Zentangle called Arukas on my Zentangle string page. I drew this yesterday on this gray tone paper. This is my journal that has the cream toned paper and the gray tone paper. I found out about this particular Zentangle from Lori June on her channel at sarcastically 60 something. I will link her channel in the description box if you want to go ahead and check out how she draws it and where she found out about it. I didn't add this to my bullet journal where I have all my other Zentangles because I was following along with her, and I decided to do a tangulation where they sort of intersect, and that's how I'm going to draw it on my string page. I also added the graphite pencil and the white charcoal, and I'm trying to think. I found this Faber-Castell pen that I don't even know. I must have had it for quite some time. I don't even recall. I think I bought it, but I just never used it. It's a Pitt Artist Pen Calligraphy in white. So just here and there, just a couple little highlights. It doesn't show as much as a white gel pen. So here is my string page. And I thought I would add it over here. And because I have some orbs here on these tangles, so I thought I would go ahead and add it here. As far as for tools, I am going to take out my white charcoal pencil just in case. Let's see, this graphite pencil is a 4B. Going to grab my double-sided tortillon just in case. And then I'm just going to grab one of my ink pens here. I don't know that 7 always works. Let me see. Maybe I will use this 0.3. This is just a black ink pen from Artist Loft. I believe it's the Michaels brand. So I'm just going to come a little bit closer and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Let me fix that. Whoops. All right, I just want to make sure that I'm in screen and it's also comfortable for me. So the first thing I'm going to do, since I'm making more than one, if you're just making more than one, you'll just draw that one circle and then the spikes or the spokes going out. But I would like to have them intersect. So I'm just going to draw several. Now there is a perforation here, but I am going to go over it just in case I decide to leave it in this paper pad, or if I decide to eventually take out this page and maybe frame it. So just going to start, I guess, in some areas. I'm just going to draw some circles. They don't have to be perfect. Maybe one that is like that. Perhaps another one over here. Maybe one over there. I'll go ahead and I'll put one here that kind of goes off the page, just in case. I'm gonna go ahead and put one here. I don't necessarily want it to be, maybe one, maybe just another one over here. So they're kind of all different sizes, so we'll take a look and see. So now the next thing we're going to do is draw the main spokes, those main lines, and I am going to have them connect with each of these circles as well. So, and I think I'm going to change to my 0.5, either that or my PN pen. Let's see. I think I'm going to change to my Micron PN pen. It's just a little bit, it has that plastic nib. That's what PN stands for. And it'll just be a little bit, this mixed media paper is just a little bit rough. So I'm just going to draw some spokes. So drawing a line and then giving it that aura. So I'm going to, maybe from here, let's see, draw this line here. I don't want this to be too long of a video, but I think I'll just show you how I'm connecting these. And then maybe just a few more. And then perhaps I'll come back a little bit later. So I'll pause the video. But I'm just going to go ahead and connect. And giving them that aura. I think I'll connect that one there. All right, so we have them pretty much all connected. Maybe this one here. And now I'm just going to draw some additional spokes. Kind of reminds me what is it, like an atom chain or bicycle wheel? Another one here. I could probably connect those two, or these two. I'll think about that. But I think I will connect these. I think I'm going to put this one here. I'll have this one coming down here. So as you can see, I'm just adding some additional lines. All right, and now what I'm going to do next, let's see, I think I might want to put one here. And maybe I will connect, just trying to think, let me see what the other one looked like. Maybe I'll have one going this way. There's no right or wrong. It's just, whatever is pleasing to your eye. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to aura each circle. And for that, we're just going to create these rounded curves that go around that orb. I'm sort of trying to maintain that same distance, but it doesn't always work. All right, so I have that, and I'm going to aura this. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So for the sake of the video, again, try not to have it be too long. I'm just going to go ahead and pause it and just put my auras all in. All right, each orb has its aura. Now the next thing we're going to do is, if you sort of remember mythograph, I don't know, I always go back to that where, so now you're giving each center line an aura. So this will be a straight line. And I think I'm going to work around each orb so I don't forget any. And this line will connect from one orb to the other. Okay, and now I'm going to continue on with the next one. So let me start with this top one. So you see how that's coming along there. Sort of reminds me a little bit also of maybe a cabin in a, what do they call those, portholes in a ship's cabin. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and continue with this, and once I'm done with that first one, I'll be back. Okay, so this is my last one. Oops. So I have that. And as you go along, if you forget one or, don't worry about it. Again, there are no mistakes. It's just the process. So now that we have, actually see right here, there's the last one. And now we're going to give the orb another aura. So just going to go ahead and start that again. So it's almost like you're creating steps. At least that's what it reminded me in the finished piece, as if these were steps coming up to this top orb. So again, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and this is all I'm doing is I'm just continuing on here. So I think I'm going to put some music in the background for me as I complete this. All right, so I'm just going to keep on going. Once I get close to the end, I will come back. And again, if you have a misstep, don't worry about it. I've already had one here. So just keep on going. And I'm going to continue now with the third aura, curved aura. But I will be back soon. So I think as I'm starting to put in my fourth aura, I think I'm going to now start working in each space. I think that'll just be easier. So for example, I've put in my fourth, I'm just going to call it a step, and I'm going to come down. I've put my fourth step there. I'm going to come down and then just connect those. And I think I'm just going to now continue within each area. This way it's just not as confusing. I'm going to close up that space. And you definitely may want to try this. If you want to try this more intricate design, I would definitely recommend trying the single Zentangle first. But the remaining of this is really just the repetition of the lines. So I'm just going to keep connecting those lines. And I have this little triangle, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink that in. But I think you can see how it gives it that 3D illusion effect. So I am now going to continue and do that with the rest of the Zentangle page here. Okay, here we are. So I have that all filled in. And now I'm just going to take my graphite pencil. So this is my 4B. And what I'm going to do is, this is that main spoke. So I'm just going to put some graphite on the edges, coming down this way, as well as on the opposite side. Now you can, if you are adding graphite and you want to do it differently, of course you most certainly can, or you don't have to add graphite at all. This is what I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and add this graphite and I will be back. All right, so now I'm going to blend in the graphite, and I can always add more lift if I want to. So I'm just blending that in. Sort of reminds me of a bridge, maybe from one mesa to another, from one hilltop to another. So here I forgot to put some, but I've got some graphite already on this blending stump, this tortillon, so it will carry over. Right, I might darken some areas a little bit later on, but for now, got this. I think I'm going to add a little bit of graphite to the orb itself, just to have it give it that 3-dimension as well. Kind of giving it like a little C shape, and that, or maybe even a G. Because I am going to put the white charcoal in there. And I might go around the edge also, a little bit darker. Grabbing my blending tool. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and grab my white charcoal pencil, and what I want to do is these little bridge areas, I want to go ahead and put that in. Now this isn't the gray tone paper, so perhaps it may not show up as much as it did, but I could always go over that with the white gel pen. So just giving a little bit of highlight in those areas there. And those spokes. And then also here in the center. And I am going to grab my white gel pens. We can go around there too. me see. This is my Jelly Roll 10, and I think I am going to go over these areas, perhaps, as well as just giving a little bit of texture here. That one I didn't blend in. This is a fun one, so thanks so much, Lori June. Again, I'll link her channel in the description box. And I'm going to erase that side, but I probably will eventually put a border of darker graphite on there. But let me bring this up closer so you can take a look. So this is just on my string, Arukas. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.